This video is brought to you by IONIQ, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, IONIQ is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave. Hyundai IONIQ 9 or Kia EV9? That is the question we'll be answering in this video. These are both the new 2026 model years. In fact, this is the first model year of the brand new Hyundai IONIQ 9. This is the refresh Kia EV9, both built in America, both with NACS ports, both from Korean brands, both very reasonably priced, especially with entry-level pricing, Coleton.
Very well.
So in this video, we are going to put them, I don't want to say head-to-head because everyone says head-to-head on YouTube, but we're going to put them side by side and walk around both of these, talk about the specs, the features, how they drive, and see which one is the one you should go for. I'd like to say a huge thank you to our friends at the CCAN Action Fund for sponsoring this video. Guys, I've been telling you for weeks now, maybe even months, all about the summer EV raffle being hosted by our nonprofit friends at CCAN Action Fund. Well, guess what? We are now more than halfway through the time period where tickets are on sale. However, they are less than halfway sold, which means your chances of winning a super cool new electric car really have never been better. The prizes are insane this year because every ticket that you purchase to entry actually gives you 3 chances to win an electric car, ranging from a Porsche Taycan, a Lucid Gravity, to ID Buzz, IONIQ 5, or even their third place opportunity, again a first for this raffle, a Chevy Equinox EV. All you have to do to enter to win is go to evraffle.org. Tickets are $200 a piece, and again, they are well undersold of their 10,000 total tickets available. Again, I think this is an awesome opportunity for anyone to spend a little bit of money and enter for the chance to win a really cool electric car and helping support a fantastic nonprofit effort along the way fighting for a cleaner environment. So a huge thank you to the CCAN Action Fund for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the main action. Before we get into the brand new IONIQ 9, which I have a full driving review in South Korea of this car. This is actually tuned a little differently, I'm told. So I'm excited to drive the US one. Let's talk about the age-old sort of recommended vehicle from our side for families. This is the one that we tell everyone to buy if they have a big family and want an electric SUV that's reasonably priced, especially on a lease.
Very good on a lease.
And you actually took our advice and got that one right over there.
Yep, sure did. Absolutely love it too.
So that was on a lease like $300 a month.
$299, like $2,000 out of pocket. Yeah. $300 a month for a $72,000 car.
One thing we've learned is actually don't buy either of these, just lease them.
Absolutely.
Because depreciation is going to be pretty crazy and the lease deals are pretty wild. I don't know what the lease deals are for IONIQ 9, but they're going to be good soon. That's almost a guarantee in this market.
For sure.
All right, EV9, tell me about the car, tell me the specs, tell me what we're looking at here. And if you guys are curious, we have a full video coming or live, don't know when, on the Out of Spec Bits channel about everything new with the refresh EV9. There's not much.
Very not much. New colors here and there. The big thing here that I've noticed is a new price change on this. So has gotten quite a bit cheaper. Scott, if you want to come over here, this price as spec, this is now not top trim because there is GT above this coming.
And that's like a performance trim.
Which isn't really that performance-y.
Oh, really?
Well, it's like less power than a dual motor performance Rivian.
Oh.
Yeah, not that much power.
Okay.
But this price has spec'd $74,685, 99.8 kilowatt hour battery pack in this. Pretty decent charging, around 200 kilowatt peak. I've seen 220, but it holds it nice and flat here.
This is a car you charge to 80% every time and go. Most people will charge at home every day, of course.
Right.
And so both of these vehicles will have very similar home charging capabilities. Coleton, this is kind of top trim for getting the performance one, though.
Yes.
So let's show everyone inside because you get, honestly, a beautiful interior.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I would say the materials, touch points aren't quite luxury, kind of premium economy, I would say, in this category.
Yeah, and we're kind of there because we're talking top trim EV9, which I see a lot of people go for GT line. They're very popular.
Yes.
But you can go, like we had an EV9 for 6 months, our old car, and we had the light long range.
Yeah, which
Right?
inside
Was that what we
doesn't...
had, or a wind?
light long range, the rear wheel drive one.
Base spec, big battery. And that was totally adequate.
It feels very similar inside. Very, very similar. This one has the, you know, two-tone color on it with the kind of cream off-white color, black. It's not real leather. I really don't like the material of the seats in these.
Yeah, they're greasy.
Yeah, they feel plasticky.
Yeah, there's something about Hyundai Kia Genesis leather, fake leather, that just doesn't work for me.
I totally agree. Other than that, though, I think they look incredible. They charge great. The biggest issue I have with this car is range isn't amazing. You're not hitting 300 miles of range, especially in GT line spec with the big 21s.
Right, so I think the one we had was right around 300 miles because we had the aero wheels, rear drive. It was so slow. 201
horsepower, I think it was, which is just like not even close to it.
And so forgive me for looking at my notes, but the horsepower on this one is 379 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque.
And the boost, which this has over mine, that has same drivetrain in it, is actually really noticeable. It is quite quick now.
And if you buy one that's a lower spec without the boost, you can actually download it through software, right?
Yes, OTA update. You can do like a free 30-day trial or whatever on it.
How do you open the trunk on these things?
Yep, right in the middle.
It's actually, isn't it offset a little? What happened?
I think it got freaked out with the things back here.
Oh yeah, we did jam some things in. So forgive us, that's not a fault of the car. Dude, 3-row, huge space, great HVAC. Like this won our family SUV competition.
Yeah.
I'm a huge EV9 fan. You obviously have one. Your wife drives it every day. She loves it.
Yep.
They're great cars, and I think they look amazing. I see them on the road, and they just have great character lines. It's amazing how Kia can build something that looks as cool as this and something as shitty as the EV4.
Technical term.
It's awful. I mean, it might be the worst car design of the last 5 years.
That's why. Yeah, it's having a panic.
Nothing to see here.
It's good.
Yeah, stuff it in there. Thank you, Fort Collins Kia, for loaning this one, by the way. Dude, brand new for the refresh. This is the only difference I can spot, other than dual-tone roof, is native NACS.
Right. You get new wheels on some lower trims, some small different things here. It's really the same EV9 we know and love. Maybe some don't love, but yes.
I think most people like it. Does it have the updated software? I guess your car also had the updated CCNC.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay, so that's a real thing we'll talk about later on. But native NACS is interesting because both of these vehicles have native NACS.
Yes.
And when you go to a Tesla Supercharger, which they support plug and charge on the Supercharger network, you're at very limited charging performance.
Yep, my car is 84 kilowatts.
That one's 84 kilowatts. We don't know if Kia's updated the onboard boosting power. They use the rear motor and inverter to boost the voltage from Tesla Supercharger around 400 volts up to the car's around 600 volt battery pack.
Yeah, not really that high voltage here.
It's a really low volt. It's like mid fives, I think.
Right.
Nominal. Like it's 500 and something volts. Crazy how low they are.
Really low.
But you still get a pretty flat, pretty good charging curve. It just has a very odd wiring pattern.
Yeah, it just sits flat out at 200 kilowatts.
Yeah, that's a really nice charging performance. Now, what's interesting about IONIQ 9 is while they do share similar platforms, dude, this is a different car underneath.
It really is. Way faster, too, even than the GT with the boost here.
Yeah, so this is 422 horsepower, which is pretty good, and a much bigger battery, 10 kilowatt hours more, 10% larger battery pack in this.
That's quite a bit.
I wonder why this got the new battery and that didn't.
I was told this was getting it, or maybe I dreamt that this was getting it, and I was kind of surprised that this hasn't gotten it. I don't quite understand why.
So when I did a charging test of this in South Korea, I remember seeing pretty close to 230, 240 kilowatt charging, like just a bump up from there.
Yep.
This, I think, might be the same battery, but with new cells, but it might also have another module and be up in voltage a little bit. I'm not sure.
Okay.
One thing I can be sure of is I went on a road trip on one of these in our out-of-spec motoring channel, like and subscribe, and I took one around basically a full loop of South Korea. I went to the DMZ, I went to the North Korean border in this, which, you know, the Hyundai people were freaking out about. I went on this Hyundai program for the launch of this car and it was driving me nuts. Like I was like, I can't sit in one more presentation and have photos taken of me while I'm trying to learn the car, because they're like, look at all these American journalists learning about the car to show to their executives. I'm like, get me the heck out of here. So I drove to North Korea. I was like, let's see what they have to say about that.
Wow.
And I used superchargers the whole way. A little buggy. Because there's some DVDT issues.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
Yeah, and there's like weird, like the supercharger can get into an odd state that sometimes gets out of whack with these cars and it doesn't charge perfectly. I'm told that should be fixed now.
Okay,
But
good.
when I went, I almost got stranded at the North Korean border because of
Nice.
because of that. Anyway, great road tripping car, pretty good driver assistance, very comfortable, very quiet, and 125 kilowatt peak charging on superchargers. Let me show everyone the port with the native NACS over here. Do we like the styling? Do we not like the styling?
I mean, when you put it next to that, it's not even close. It's really not even close.
I totally agree. This looks 100 times worse, and I really have a hard time understanding their design language over there. This is a much nicer done native NACS port, by the way.
Yeah,
Like
it
it
is
looks
nice.
way less of an afterthought.
What's with the detent here, though? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, I'm thinking it could be so you can't use the Tesla 400 volt adapter.
Right.
Because the factory Tesla CCS to NACS, like you can buy from them, doesn't actually support high voltage. You can't use it on Cybertruck. You can't use it on these.
Yep.
And so the long neck ones are the high voltage ones in general.
Right.
But just make sure you're using an approved safe adapter. And these adapters are rated to 350 amps. So don't use your EV6 or EV9 or IONIQ 9 adapters with a car that requests more than 350 amps.
Yep.
So
not a good plan.
Don't bring an Equinox over and use that adapter.
Right.
As an example. Okay, not that Equinox doesn't have native NACS, but they have them the other way. We live in adapter hell, Coleton.
I know. It's been a weird transition, hasn't it?
Yeah. Range-wise, by the way, we should mention this is the calligraphy trim. What's the price on this?
So this one, let me get you the exact number here.
Okay, and I'll look at the exact number again because I've almost forgot on this.
$78,065 for this.
74.6.
And this is not the top trim. There is one right above this.
What does it do?
Get the big wheels on it, the different wheels, the one you had in Korea.
Yeah. Can you pop the front trunk?
Yeah.
Let me pop it on this bad boy. I think you don't need to go any higher than that, Colton. That looks pretty good. I've got to double press this button.
Oh, they
here.
both unlocked at the same exact time.
Wow.
I feel like they communicated there.
Interesting. They both have
Identical.
way too small of a front trunk for this class of vehicle.
Agreed.
Dude, I've got a bunch of square holes in here to match with the pixel theme.
Yeah, look how many pixels there are everywhere here. It's
I like
insane.
the pixel thing.
I do really appreciate that. I really like it.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of cool. If you come on in here, Scott, you can see we've got a pretty decent sized front trunk, easy access to your 12 volt battery, which you might need because they are known for going flat on Hyundai and Kia
Definitely
vehicles.
make sure you keep your 12 volt jump box in here for sure.
Can you pop the front trunk if the 12 volt's dead? I know in this it has the extra grab handle. Does that have an extra grab handle?
This
Otherwise,
should.
don't keep putting the front trunk.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so
it's
there's
got
a
a manual
mechanical
one.
Yeah, great. I think they're the same size front trunk, dude.
They look identical.
They look totally identical. So no difference there, really.
No.
But can we just talk design for a second? So I know in the EV9 you're giving up the battery pack, but this looks so much more substantial, so much cooler, I would say, more fit for purpose than that does.
This looks way more premium and expensive to me. When I look at one of these on the road, it looks like a very nice vehicle.
Yeah. The other thing is, I know the EV9 has a smaller battery pack and probably even less efficiency, but I think it's totally worth it because if you come down here, you get these super nice chunky roof rails.
Yes.
You also get just a flat roof that comes all the way back and it's chopped off like a proper SUV. It means if you're going to put the dogs in there, you've got so much more room. And also the trunk opening height or
Way
width
bigger.
is way bigger on EV9 than IONIQ 9. I mean, just the amount of width to show everyone sort of side by side, if you wouldn't mind opening that one. The loading width of this is massive. I mean, you can see you just can go straight in here. You also have a really quite deep height when you come into loading a tall object.
I will say the loading height on this is quite high though.
Yeah, the floor height is high.
For sure.
I mean, Lucid kind of smoked everyone with showing how low the gravity
for sure.
can go. Dude, this is like they just constrained the whole loading size here because the whole cabin goes up here and wider.
Yeah,
after
you made this
port.
point here, how weird this is that it goes in.
Come on in so you can take a look here. Like the car's over here. So why are you constraining the width of
This
the
has got to be a lot of structural something going on here to do that, but
I mean, the only thing I can think are these struts are coming down here where the EV9, they're mounted up top.
that's a good point there, huh?
But why didn't they could just mount these up top? Don't know. Also, they didn't have to make it so ugly if they just made it a box.
Yeah, there's some, I've seen some
This is
trims.
terrible. This whole, bleh, it's like, you know, you're just like falling asleep. You're designing a really nice package and then, oh, let me fall asleep and do a sloping thing.
I mean, that's exactly what they did with the EV4. It's like, this is okay, and then I don't know what happened back here.
Yeah, so both Hyundai and Kia have some like real banger designs and then just absolute shit. This isn't absolute shit. I think this is okay. This is livable. I like, if I see one on the road, I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of Volvo V70 vibe back here, honestly.
I think it's very trim dependent too, especially if you get the little mustaches here in black.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh,
these have to be
terrible.
body color.
Yeah, have to be.
Yeah.
But like the matte silver one you had with the big calligraphy wheels on it actually looked pretty nice.
I think if you slam it and put it on some big MW05s,
now we're talking.
some Martian wheels, it would look great, but no one's ever going to do that. Coleton, specs comparison. We already talked price and how the IONIQ 9 is more expensive. And we're going to get into the interior in a minute.
Yep.
But that's more expensive with a bigger battery, faster charging.
Yep.
This is less expensive with more interior space, a smaller battery, less range, a little bit slower charging. What else should we know? Acceleration, that's a little bit faster. Top speed, that's like 5 mile an hour higher top speed than this one. This is 124, that's 129. No one's ever going to do that. Yep. And then DC charging performance is going to be close, but IONIQ 9 is going to be a bit better.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see what this does on Supercharger, because if you want to buy, you know, a native NACS vehicle now to use the Supercharger network, sitting at 84 kilowatts here is not great.
Well, this might have the new upgraded booster.
It could.
So we're going to find out at the last clip of this video. We're taking them both to the Supercharger to find out. Let's jump in the first, second, and third row of each as quickly as we can.
Okay.
So I'll take driver's seat.
Go ahead.
And I'll just discuss briefly this. By the way, the door handle on this is nice and chunky. It feels great. The doors are heavy, good thunk. Like, this is a, honestly, very premium door experience.
Yeah, totally agree.
And that's super important. I heard Scott laugh at me there, but that is one of the most important things.
Yeah, well, she's got the squeaky Rivian door handle, so that makes sense.
Sorry about, no, they just started squeaking again on the Rivian.
They did. Today they did.
Yeah, it's like a hot day, they start to squeak. Dude, in here, can we just talk about how disgusting this headliner is?
It's terrible, and it's really bad on the EV9 too. It's the same.
Yeah, it's this like weird, kind of not Alcantara.
They tried to make it look really nice, and then they just went, okay, we got to go cheap.
I don't know. So I have an issue with all of these cars, which is the steering wheels don't come out far enough.
This one comes out farther than EV9, I feel like.
But it's still not far enough.
I agree. I totally agree.
But it's got a nice wheel, nice rim, nice buttons. It's got, you know, a bunch of buttons and switches, and like, if you can peek the camera in over here, it is kind of information overload.
Yeah, a lot of people love this though. I mean, you get criticized all the time for having a Tesla, or the Tesla people will go, wow, look at all those buttons. And then the people who buy these are like, wow, the interior in a Tesla is so sparse. Some people like this. I don't love it.
No car that beeps every time you interact with a touchscreen is a good car.
It's not.
That should just not be.
You can turn it off, to be fair.
I mean, shout out to Crossroads Hyundai for loaning this, by the way.
Yes.
They have their cars set to charge no more than 60% in storage.
Nice. I love that.
Amazing. Those guys know what's up. There's also some cool new menus on both of these cars. We'll talk about it in another video, but they give you like battery health statistics and more charging details, which is great. Coleton, one thing that's really nice about the high trim of IONIQ 9 is it's got this massive sunroof.
So I had an issue with this though. I don't know if you meant to open the sunroof here or not.
No.
Okay, that's exactly what I had an issue with. I was going down the highway, I just wanted to open the sunroof.
Yeah.
This does both.
Yeah, it's one, you have to go to the first detent.
Yes. But I do like this over EV9, having this wide open, being able to see basically the whole thing instead of it being two separate sunroofs.
Yeah, and the EV9 has an opening sunroof, right?
It does, but then there's the middle section and then the back one doesn't open, just like this, but you have more headliner here.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say the seats are very comfortable in this. It would make a great road tripper. Sound system in the IONIQ 9.
Way better.
Way better than the EV9.
Oh, it's not even close.
The Bose in this is actually a good sound system.
Which is crazy because that's Meridian.
Right.
And Meridian to me has always been higher end than Bose, and it's like completely flip-flopped.
Yeah, no highs, no lows. Must be a Bose.
Yeah.
This has got highs and lows.
Yeah.
It actually really sounds pretty good.
It really does.
All right, let's go check out the real seats that matter, because the kids are who ultimately buy the car. We all know that. If the kids aren't happy, you guys aren't buying it. So this is a real problem with this comfort relaxation BS.
EV9's the same way.
The world's slowest seat motors. And the third row also, world's slowest seat motors, raising and lowering those. The Escalade IQ, which is parked there, fastest seat motors for the third row.
They're pretty quick.
They
Yeah,
bzzz,
yeah,
bzzz.
they're really fast.
Bless you. Okay, big props to both of these cars having their HVAC loop go around up top, so you can get really nice ventilation right.
Yeah, having it down here is not great. This is a way better implementation.
Absolutely. It's got second and third row vents dedicated for each. You have heated and cooled second row in both cars, which is pretty amazing. And you've, of course, got all of the temperature adjustments needed for the second row. The one I drove in South Korea had like screens and other stuff.
Okay.
We don't get any of that. We also don't get the second row massaging seats that they had. So we kind of get a toned down version.
Even EV9, when that first launched, they had the rotating seat in the second row.
Doesn't pass our regulations.
One other thing I should mention, the center console armrest here is way better on IONIQ 9 than EV9.
Oh, really?
In terms of space. So this opens from this way.
Looked hard to open, though.
Yeah, it did. From the other way, it's actually pretty good. This space, Scott, if you just want to quickly run over there real quick and open up EV9, it's crazy how tiny that is.
Here, I'll operate it for you. You can jump in the back, Scott. Oh, this doesn't even open from the back. I see what Coleton's saying. So you got some cup holders, and then you've got literally nothing. Holy smokes.
Isn't that way different?
Yeah, there's nothing, no space in there.
There's nothing.
What? So, but the reason there's no space in here is because you get this. Oh, wait, hold on. How do you do this? Yeah,
this
this
is
pull
the worst
out
thing ever.
I don't really know how. Yeah, you got to hold the bottom. There you go.
But then you still have like 3 inches of unusable space.
Right, they're still not.
But
great.
then that still has that section in there as well. It pulls out here too.
Okay, so shout out to the Hyundai engineers for smoking Kia in the all-important second row operating the first row console storage.
See, and then you still have this here.
Oh, okay. I'm going to preemptively select the second row to move forward so we don't hold up the entire video. And I'm going to try out the third row. Now, if you can peek your head in there, Scott, it actually looks to be pretty decent of a third row, Coleton. It's got USB-C ports, 100-watt USB-C ports.
Which are battery fed? What is the term?
I don't know. They say it's fed directly from the battery, but honestly, everything is fed directly from the battery via the 12 volt.
Right.
So I don't know, unless they have a, 600 volt to 12 volt DC to DC that's feeding these. It makes no sense to me. Sitting back here, really good headroom considering it's a sloping roof. I was really impressed with this. Great shoulder room as well on both sides. Like, I don't feel cramped at all. And there's plenty of leg room because you can adjust the first seat or second row seat spacing as well. So that was one thing. By looking at them from the outside, you would think this would have a lot less room. Honestly, great interior.
Yeah.
And while the EV9 does feel a bit more spacious to me, this is still pretty usable.
Very usable. You could sit behind yourself in all 3 rows easily.
Absolutely. And I can even adjust my backrest to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons because then you have it there on the back as well.
I hate sitting reclined.
Do you?
Yeah, I like to be race position.
All the time.
Upright or nothing, baby. Backing out of here. Excuse the view. Oh, this also has shades in the second row like EV9, we should mention. At least in the top spec.
Yep.
Peasant blockers.
That $160,000 Escalade doesn't.
Yeah, when you really want to block out the peasants in that, you can't. So that's why you should go for these. Okay, dude, second row seat of EV9. Now this one, I'm doing this a disservice because that passenger seat is folded back. This one is not spec'd with the comfort second row, but you can do that. Right?
That's about normal. Yes, you can. It's a $2,000 option.
Not worth it.
No,
I'd
not
go
at all.
for these quickly adjustable seats.
Yes, very quick.
Any day of the week. First of all, another big props to Kia for doing the roof vents in here. I think the headliner, while it still feels just as awful as the other car, at least in black, much better.
I agree.
You need to do a black headliner, especially if you're going to make it out of the world's worst material.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's really nice. What should we say about this? I prefer this roof to the Hyundais.
Okay, why?
Because I think this is a nicer view for the second and third row. This seems to go farther back. It seems wider.
I would say it's definitely quite a bit. Well, I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
I just feel like
I think I just like the dark headliner.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But having this all black here really takes a lot of light out of the cabin, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a good point. But then you get the light colored seats, which are cool.
And another thing, this is a manual shade up here. This is powered. That's all powered in IONIQ 9.
Okay, but this is also powered here.
Yes, ours actually broke on our EV9, by the way.
Oh, really?
I had to pull the fuse, put it back in, and it worked fine.
What? Okay, weird.
I don't know.
I also like how you get the climate vents up here rather than down there.
Scott did not like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you have littles, they can't change it.
That's the
for
point.
themselves.
Yeah.
You don't want them changing it.
Yeah, they're going to be like
mess your efficiency up. They
a million
full heat.
degrees back there.
Yeah. But he told me you can change it from up there.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can adjust everything from up there. Driving position in this, Coleton. I think I much prefer IONIQ 9 to EV9.
Yeah.
I know I'm doing this a little bit out of order, but I'm just going to pop over here. They both drive pretty similarly. It's not worth driving them back to back in this video because I don't want it to go on forever. These aren't really about driving anyway. They drive the same. What do you think?
I actually really appreciate how quiet these are, and I do prefer the suspension on these more than mini cars.
You mean both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I think IONIQ 9's tuned a little bit nicer.
I would agree, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, steering wheel doesn't come out far enough, cup holders, wireless phone charger, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's
Normal
one thing. This has more cup holders there than IONIQ 9,
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
which my wife loves.
Okay, I don't understand the software in either of these cars.
No,
I don't have the key.
the key is right here in my
It's your
pocket.
phone. Oh, you've got an actual key this time. Oh, this isn't your car.
Yeah.
This is a Fort Collins Kia car. Whoops. Dude, the only thing that's nice about this software is when you shut the car off and walk away.
Pretty much.
I know I'm going to get roasted in the comments for that because there are Kia and Hyundai CCNC apologists out there.
How?
I don't get it, but people love this software somehow. I think they like using CarPlay and Android Auto, which this supports wireless.
Yep.
Does yours?
Yep.
Okay, so all CCNC is wireless. But I don't know, dude. I just think it's ugly. The screen's way too small, but I do actually prefer the button layout in the EV9 to IONIQ 9.
Yeah, it's way more simplified. The only issue I have is these are kind of touch sensitive buttons, so I like to rest my hand here and then I'm pressing stuff doing that to touch the screen.
That's a fair criticism.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Do you have a digital review in both cars? Yeah,
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, this software is pretty much identical between both cars. There's no real difference. I know IONIQ 9 has route planning. This should also have route planning for model year 2026.
So bad.
It's bad?
Okay, just do it quickly. We're going to Vegas right now. I was showing Scott how this works.
Oh, well then we should also try an IONIQ 9
Yep.
because I'm pretty sure it should do. So it's looking for the route, or did it already find the route?
I think it has the route.
That's the route.
That's the route.
Okay, route it.
Yeah, reroute. Recalculating. Huh.
Please proceed to the high level
Charging is
zone.
required.
Then the
Search for
route guide will
stations.
start.
Oh. 1.6 miles away we can charge. Oh, 3 miles away we can charge at 6 kilowatts.
Go to the bottom.
Scroll to the bottom?
Yep.
What's at the bottom?
Nothing.
11 miles away.
Yeah, we could go to the charge point at Crossroads Hyundai to return the or the IONIQ 9 at 12 kilowatts. Okay, dude, this really does suck. I'm pretty sure that car has route planning. I at least showed it in South Korea having route planning.
Yeah, because you made a mention that it was a big deal difference. I have to say what I've done with
It could
my
be that
cars.
this car's just not connected, right, to the system.
So here's the interesting thing too. You have to pay for that monthly. It's $20 a month. Remember how I was telling you I lost any sort of route planning on my car?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is.
You mean any route planning?
I don't have anything.
You don't have navigation?
It doesn't, like, it'll normally show you what state of charge you're going to arrive at. It won't even plan the route in my car.
It won't even say turn left, turn right?
It will, but it uses a different nav than
Blue Link or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
Okay. That should, like, none of these should be questions. The fact that we have to, like, dig into this is crazy, because if you just get in a Tesla and say, I want to go to Vegas, it's like, boom, 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 done. And then it'll drive itself there, by the way. These don't even have FSD.
Yeah.
Not to go on about that all day long. Some people like to drive their Korean SUVs. Yeah, third row in this, plenty of room.
Yeah.
Scott told me I missed it, but we've shown it a million times.
We have.
There's honestly a bit more room in this. Okay, so let's try route planning in this real quick. We're back in the IONIQ Nuevo. Is Nuevo 9 or does that mean new?
Nuevo's 9.
Nuevo's 9. All right, we are going to go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Colorado. No.
Wait, Nuevo's new.
NV. Las Vegas, Perfect. All right. Route. Use freeways. Why would we not? Oh, we have to activate Blue Link.
So that might be why that's not working too.
Both of these cars are from dealers. Charging is required. Search for station. I don't want to do them a huge disservice here, but maybe when we can get one that's all hooked up, it shows the same bullshit chargers. This should not be a paid thing.
No.
It knows where the chargers are. Just pick them.
Yeah, it still does that in that car, even when it had that. You would have to manually select each one.
So what I saw in South Korea when I drove this car was actually nice route planning. It said you can select the state of charge at charger versus home, and it did like a normal, you know, Mercedes, Tesla, Lucid, Rivian route plan.
Yeah.
That's BS. So the only thing left to do, Coleton, is to decide if the IONIQ 9 is worth the extra $4,000 or so over the equivalently spec'd EV9.
Yep.
They drive very similarly. They are, you know, from similar brands with similar engineering, with similar ethoses.
Yep.
And I know which one I would pick. Which one would you pick?
This one, because it looks way better.
So the design really sways you on this.
I mean, the only nice thing about driving this is you don't have to look at it outside, but when you walk up to it, you have to look at it.
So I don't actually think it's that bad.
I do.
Okay.
I really am not into the styling. From dead on the front, I think it's actually pretty nice looking. Very sleek design. The side profile is just goofy to me, and the rear, really not there for me.
Okay, I don't think that looks that bad. I too would, it just depends on the use case. If I was not road tripping a lot, I would go EV9. I do road trip a lot. I just think the opening in the rear is a deal breaker for me on that car.
Yeah, but I do also like that this has the Bose, the newer battery pack.
Good point.
So like, it's kind of challenging because I like a lot of things here, but I also like a lot of things here.
I've changed my opinion. This is the one I would pick. And you would pick that, but I would go for the sound system, the range, the charging.
I think that's fair.
The fact that it's going to be a little bit more efficient overall, I think sways me. Plus, it's a little bit faster, and it's got, you know, what? Maybe we don't know everything under the hood, but this should be a little bit newer stuff under the hood.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really do actually think this drives a bit better than EV9.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, this is just less body porpoisey, and like this is a little bit more dialed in.
Yep.
So there you have it. You would go EV9, I would go IONIQ 9. Ultimately, the Koreans get our money either way. So thanks so much for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. We've got to go to a supercharger, then we can end this. I was about to end it. Let's go see what the EV9's peak charging speed is at a Tesla supercharging station. Oh, Coleton, I see you're handicapped over here. Yeah. Technically, you're not parked in the handicap spot, but this is the way to charge non-native charge port locations, is to park together but at opposite ends. So the one that I'm normally parked in would charge your car, because that's where your charge port is. Right. You would think if they're going to go through the trouble of putting native NACS on these cars, they would put the charge port in the correct place like they did with EV6.
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, so I guess the body in white or routing, it was just too difficult. But for EV6, they were able to move the charge port to the other side.
That was the excuse on IONIQ 5, but it's like then they started making them here. Why not do the body in white change? Yeah,
totally. So I guess the big thing is we know this is going to do 125 kilowatts. It's dead. I got to charge it. It's like 8%.
Oh, wow.
We ripped it over here. And then what state of charge are you at?
It's like right about 50 or so.
Oh, well, it should get full power even there. So let's see if this does 84 kilowatts or matches the 125. I'm going to get mine going first, and then we'll have the big reveal. Coleton?
50 kilowatts? What the heck?
And the IONIQ 9? 50 kilowatts? What? Hold on, there's a new menu in here. Let me go show everyone this. Good afternoon, driver one. If I go to EV and then I go to these little bars, I can go to real-time charging information. The charger can only give 50.6 kilowatts. We're taking in 47, and the battery can accept 198.2.
Oh, wow.
But not on 400 volts. Why is the charger limiting us to 50 kilowatts?
Need to move stalls, I guess?
I guess we need to move stalls. Is the supercharger limiting? All this native NACS for nothing.
I know.
Who would have ever suggested they should do such a thing as to put a NACS port on these cars?
Right?
Wouldn't have been us at all. Definitely not. Oh, wait, it's going up.
There it goes.
52. We're not at a station limit, are we? No. There's a bunch of old Teslas here.
No, there's no way.
No way.
It is coming up, though.
Maybe we'll give it a minute.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a weird taper.
Does it charge slow below 10%?
It could.
But then why would it say real-time charging power?
Now it's coming up.
Now we're ripping. And it's not like anyone unplugged or anything. So maybe it's a DVDT issue.
Interesting.
Where it might be protecting itself from that voltage issue.
Look at it go. We're at 91 kilowatts. Ripping.
Okay, so that could be normal behavior to protect against delta voltage over delta time with regards to supercharger voltage creep. When, yeah, like cars plug or unplug or power modules come on or offline. Tesla's really sensitive to that.
So this is something you got to like play with, because immediately if I was road tripping this, I would have already switched stations. I'm like, I'm not sitting here at 50 kilowatts.
Yeah, if other IONIQ 9 owners notice a really slow ramp at superchargers, I'm guessing it's to combat DVDT. So we'll give it a second to get up to full power, but it definitely seems to be unlocking, and it should do 125. So we'll let it get there. All right, so we don't have plug and charge enabled on these cars. Dude, how nice is it just to have that? that is great. That's really nice, especially with networks offering native NACS like IONIQ and the sponsor of this video, and also Electrify America doing more. That's really great. Jumping in the EV9 now. Wow, getting really windy and stormy out here, dude. All right, let's see what we get up to. And I wonder if we have that same charging power menu.
Wow, really slow ramp.
Slow ramp. Does yours do a slow ramp? I think it does.
I don't really charge on superchargers because I don't want to be sitting at 84 kilowatts.
Yeah, you go to high power charging stations. Yeah. Let's see if we have, real-time charging information. Love this. Weirdly, it doesn't say what the charging station can do. And yours definitely is ramping faster than the EV9. We're also at different states of charge, but you can see the maximum charging limit your car can do is still a flat almost 200 kilowatts at 54%. Pretty good. Is it going to be 84? Dude, it's faster.
It is.
So they've upgraded the charging power of the EV9.
Definitely have. There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even over there.
Interesting how this shows 95
It's
and this
like
is
there's
111. Yeah, there's like some hysteresis here. But then this has got, we're up to full power. So that really solves quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. So you said it would do 125 on that max, right?
Mm-hmm. That's about what we're doing here. 120.
Yeah.
Close enough. Probably the same booster.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. So, well, that's good.
So I'm curious to know what voltage is on that compared to this.
I wish I had my dongle, but I think it's one module higher. So,
yeah. I have my other dongle we could have plugged in. That's okay.
When we do deeper testing,
yeah,
we'll get into that one day for sure. So 200K dubs in the EV9. That's worth upgrading, brother.
Yeah, that's definitely nice.
Yeah, but Lucid Gravity
it would be, what do they do?
225.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Boost. That's a big difference.
For sure.
Native NACS charging test. So we've got the Kia doing just about 120 kilowatts or so. And again, the battery can take way more. And here we're doing, 127 I just saw right here. That's pretty awesome. But again, a discrepancy between this number on the dash and this current charging power. Interesting. This also shows maximum power from the supercharger, whereas the other car does not show that. 128 on this side, Coleton.
I'm still showing
129.
108 on the
130.
main screen.
Yeah, so yours is showing 108 here, right? But 120 here. And this is showing 120 here and 129 there. So I think this is what's going into the battery. Current charging power. And the maximum. This does not include the energy consumed by vehicle accessories. So this is what's coming into the port. So what is that number? This is stupid.
What the heck? It's the same as charger.
Yeah, so this is showing charger, but it's not totally... Hold on, you're right, Scott. This and this number match.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that what the charger is giving?
Maybe.
Yes.
But then why current charging power must be what's going into the battery.
Yes.
So that's port, that's battery,
There's
and that's the theoretical peak if we had a high voltage charging station. That makes sense. Nice work.
Thank you.
But in the Kia EV9, the numbers don't add up.
No, not at all.
Do I need to look at that one too?
Yeah, because this number was lower than this number, which makes no sense.
And this one's higher.
Let me go look at it. It's the same, But the charger on this screen doesn't show what's on the front here, but it's the same.
It's the same?
Yeah.
We're idiots?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not dumb. You're just slow.
We're just slow, yeah. Anyway, that makes sense. Charger, battery, theoretical peak. Love to see it. No, we were totally right. If that's showing input power from the charger, and that's what's going in, then this makes no sense. But anyway, I think they're both doing the same into the battery pack. So I'm going to say they both have the same new boosting capability, 120 kilowatts, calling it a day. Hey guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Would you go for the new IONIQ 9 or updated EV9? It's considering there's a $4,000 price delta. I think it mostly comes down to lease prices. If they've got a killer deal on EV9s, to me, that's the way to go. But if IONIQ 9 ends up getting a super cheap lease, this might be the way to go. Ultimately, let us know what you think in the comments below. What are these cars missing? Am I too hard on the software? Do you love having native NACS, or do you prefer having more access to high voltage charging stations? Of course, both of these cars can still use any public charger through an adapter, or you can head to an IONIQ station or New Electrify America or others that are supporting NACS with high voltage natively. It's getting windy and a storm is coming, so thank you so much for watching this out of spec video, and we'll see you on another one again soon. Bye-bye.